Welcome to Lost in the 60s. And today we have a solar powered camera. So this is I'm going to pronounce it my way, AOSU. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. Solar D1 Classic. This is going to replace one of my Blink cameras that's outside in the driveway. If that works, I'll purchase 3 more of these. So right now, let's take a look at what we have in here. Of course, we have our quick start guide. By the way, I got this at Amazon for just $59. So it looks like it's all in one piece. So I could tell you this was in there really tight. Anyway, here's the camera. It's not quite as heavy as it may appear because it's actually a good size, to be honest with you. It's got a little cover over the lens. And here you could see we have an opening for an SD card and some settings in there that I think we'll be using when we do Home Assistant with it. Yes, we are going to use it with Home Assistant. Here's some antennas. And here is the solar panel. Here's the mounting bracket. So it looks like there's 3 screws. It will just go on very simply, it looks like. We have a USB cable. Now, I don't think I will need it other than, by the way, it's a C, other than I'll need to initially just charge it up to set it up. But after that, my intent is to let the solar panel do its job. Here's a template. It's kind of a simple one. There's just three screws there. And speaking of the screws, here is 4 screws and 3 anchors. So that's it in the box. Really, there's nothing else, nor do we need to have anything else. So the intent would be that I am going to mount it simply like that. Show it to you this way. So I'll put this onto the garage, and then it would simply push into there. Now, I'm not going to use any subscription at all with this. So I have already purchased an SD card, actually for another product that didn't work anyway. So the SD card will go right in there. And let's go set it up. Okay, hello, my friends. You can see here that I have the app up. It was simple. You just have to get an account. Took I don't know if it took a minute, but anyway, it didn't take long at all. So let's go ahead and add a device. I have the device plugged in. Needs Bluetooth and nearby device permissions. We'll allow that because I'm going to need to do it. I will need this. Now it says scan the QR code on the device with your phone. On the phone, I tapped to allow, and I found the QR code, and it was simple. And I think you could see I have found the power. So it says hold the power for 5. That's 5.
Hello.
Okay, I hear hello. Press and hold the RST button at the bottom for 5 seconds until the blue light flashes. I don't know if it flashed, but I'm going to guess it did. Now I have to select Wi-Fi. Let's see what happens here. And the blue light is flashing.
It's connecting to your Wi-Fi network. It
I,
may take a moment. Please wait for a while.
I'm not sure if you heard that. It was actually pretty loud, but
Smooth setting successfully.
the camera is actually moving all over the place, and the camera is connected. Actually, I'm going to name it myself, I think. So I have named it driveway, as you could see. I'm going to put done. And pretty soon you should see the ceiling, I think. And there is a firmware update. I just saw that there. Let me see if And there you go, looking at the ceiling and the light. And I'll even say hello to you. So we'll set everything up later when we do Home Assistant. Let's update. So with the update complete, when it is complete, I am going to go ahead and install it. It's actually going well, way too smooth. So I know something probably will happen. But anyway, I did notice the USB-C cable that came with it didn't work with my phone as far as connecting to the PC, and the phone USB-C didn't work with the camera. Strange, but anyway, they individually work just fine. So I'm going to leave you here. We'll get this update, and then we'll go and let's install this. Well, I just want to let you know I'm going to kind of stop here, and then I'll show you how the product actually looks, all set up and everything now. Always investigate and research. I did a poor job. The camera so far looks like it's fine. What I've missed is that the camera was to be part of Home Assistant, as are all the products I'm purchasing. And it's not. This camera will not work on Home Assistant. I didn't look at the specs to see what it had, what it didn't have properly. Now, what's interesting, I used an AI client that I have used on and off. It's been unreliable on selecting products to use. In this case, I decided to try one more time with this AI product. And it was so funny because it just kept saying, yes, it'll work. Of course, it'll work. Let me tell you what it'll look like on Home Assistant. Let me tell you the things you could do with Home Assistant. This will be no different than your Real Link doorbell, which works perfectly on Home Assistant, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or as they would say on Seinfeld, yada, yada, yada. So, anyway, once I was setting it up, I realized it wasn't working and it wasn't going to work. So I kind of got back and asked this AI client, said, "Hey, what gives?" And the client said, "Well, it's not going to work on this." and so I was writing back and forth like it was a real person, which of course it's not. And I was like, "But you told me to get it," and it came back and said, "I made a mistake." And I said, "But I bought this." Uh, and anyway, I'm going to stop here and I'll show you what I've done with the camera because I wanted to kind of test out a few things anyway using the camera. So I'll show you how it's performing and what's going on with it now. But I wanted to let you know the research is just so important. I actually thought that I had done some research and then got assured with AI uh-uh. So remember that with AI. Okay, let's continue now and take a look at this product. Okay, everyone. Here is the app on my phone. Well, you could tell it's on my phone, I bet. And so let me just show you around a little bit. Actually, it was pretty easy to set up. Frankly, I wish this really would work with Home Assistant because I really like the camera very much. Anyway, what I did is I put it in a spot that had more than adequate sun. So my goal here was nothing more than to see how a solar powered camera would work. It's been about 3 days now. When I connected it, installed it, I had 83% battery life. Today is a cloudy day. There's no sun at all. So anyway, we'll take a peek and see how solar does. And if you are interested in this OOSO camera, it actually is really good, to be quite honest with you. So anyway, let me go to a live view here, and you'll see how cloudy it is today. And there you go. So it is an overcast day. And I'm going to, and you can see here that I can control the camera. it was up as far as it would go. But anyway, so I can control it. And it does do 360 as it said it did. That happens to be a post, but you could see there it does 360. And everything else here is pretty simple. Illumination, talk, alarm. Then there's a little more here to calibrate. I've already done that. Tracking works really good, to be quite honest with you. I'll see if one of the events here will show that to you. So let me go ahead on the bottom here and click events. So this is yesterday. Now, what I did is I made a change because it was picking up, you could see there it's tracking those people. It was picking up a little bit more than I actually wanted it to. So I did make a change, and I'll show you in the settings. And so here's another one, and you could see it was picking up the automobiles. I of course, didn't want that. So, and you see it tracks it. Let me see if I can get, so it was tracking way, way too much. Here you could see that. Here I am out front myself. So you can see a couple people walking by. Here I am. And you see the camera kind of really focus on me. It goes lower. Um, the quality, the video quality is, I'll call it uh, better than average. I think it's really pretty good. And it followed me really well. As I said, the tracking was just great. It's a pretty long video, to be quite honest with you. And if you remember, I used the SD card in here. I have a 128 gigabyte SD card. So if I go over here to settings, what I wound up doing is see the detection settings here. So I have it on person tracking, and you saw it did that really well. And here the detection sensitivity, if you have it adjust normally, you don't get this option down here. So what happened was I had it on adjust normal automatically, and it was actually showing a sensitivity that was closer to far than medium. And so I really wanted it to just be in this area here. So I moved it down to medium, and it has worked perfectly since then. So again, my the only thing I'm unhappy with is the fact that I can't get it to work with Home Assistant. This would have been the winner to replace all of my Blink cameras. So I do have another camera on the way, and I'll show you a video on that. Another solar camera. Let's go ahead and take a look at the battery on this. And here you see battery management. So let's see how we're doing. Remember I said it was 83%, and so the sun has actually not been out at all today, and it's getting close to noon, and you can see it's 11:36, and we're at 82%. So it really does hold its own, and I don't have an issue here. So in 3 days I've had bright sun, partly cloudy, and now completely cloudy, and the camera has stayed just fine. So I'm not sure about winter because we will go days in the winter without sun. But it turns out that the specs, I did read them, the specs do say that it would do just fine. So anyway, there it is. I'm happy with the camera. I really like it. I'll keep it, and I'll keep it outside in another spot, even though it doesn't work with Home Assistant. And I'll be updating you guys with my new Home Assistant products soon.